What are 8 characteristics of successful people? Casey and I have been helping people for years and years. We've obviously had careers as well, and we've seen a lot of people succeed and some people fail. So we're going to talk about the 8 characteristics of successful people. Casey, ladies first.
Thanks, Michael. This is perfect timing for this because we are coming into the new year. People are going to be setting their New Year's resolutions, their goals, and everybody goes through that period of time where you want to be the better person. You want to up your game. You want to reach your goals. But some people always seem to fall short and never really make their goals, while others really do move forward, become proud of themselves, and take themselves to the next level. So today, this is a great topic. I would say the first one would be taking personal responsibility. A lot of people see so much on social media and they understand the New Year's resolutions. They want to make these goals, but something's always holding them back. They don't make enough money in their job to do X, Y, Z, or their spouse won't let them do X, Y, Z. They don't have enough time, or it's their kids. It's always blaming somebody else for them not being able to move forward. So successful people take personal responsibility and they say, you know what? I may not have the time, but I'm going to find the time. I may not make enough money, but I'm going to find a way to make money. And personal responsibility, I think, is a huge key to successful people.
Oh, it's absolutely, absolutely on the list. Probably should be number one. To me, I lean back on a book called Extreme Ownership. At the end of the day, this one is so important to me because I never want to give anybody power, right? I want to know that if something's happened to me, I own that responsibility. So yeah, accountability, ownership. I love that. The first one I'll go to after that is the successful people I know do what they say, right? If they make a commitment, they do it, right? They don't make excuses. They don't say things just to be kind, right? If they don't want to meet with you, they tell you they don't want to meet with you, right? Successful people, they're going to do what they say and say what they do. And that might sound trite, but as somebody who ran sales teams, as somebody who, has now coached up thousands of people, there are a lot of people that just talk and they don't follow through. They don't do what they say. And that's a big one for me is do what you say and say what you do.
Yeah, that's a really good one, Michael. I feel like we could have a whole episode just on that topic. I really do.
Yeah. Very cool.
Okay. The next one I have is on my list is self-discipline. I guess this kind of goes with yours, but taking it further is you do the work when you don't want to do it, right? Mm-hmm. So you wake up today, I don't feel the greatest, but I'm doing my call. I got coaching calls tonight. I got offers to write, all these things. Even if I don't feel good, I'm still going to do the work. Even if I want to be lazy and the sun's beautiful and I want to sit outside by my pool, I'm going to do that, but I'm going to get the work done. There's always reasons and excuses why or why not to do something, but having self-discipline to continue and do the work when you don't want to do it is what makes people successful. Too many people fall short and just give up because they don't have the self-discipline and the motivation to move forward every day.
No, I love this one as well, because again, you think about New Year's resolutions coming, lots of people are going to be motivated. But when, most New Year's resolutions are over by the 15th of January, right? And if people don't know, I went on a health journey for a year and gone from 35% body fat to something about 11. And you have to do that with daily decisions, right? And it's easy to go off track, and we've done some crazy vacations and whatnot, but either it is a goal or it isn't. And you're absolutely right. The discipline wins every time. Do the work. The next one for me, when I think about successful people, is they are comfortable being uncomfortable, right? Lots of lessons, lots of learnings, lots of new experiences, lots of new groups, but they kind of seek uncomfort. And the reason you do that is that's where growth occurs.
Yeah.
Right. That's where lessons and learnings occur. That's where you become a better and perhaps more successful person, because you're skilling up, you're meeting new people. Right. This world that we live in is a people world. And, it's very hard to operate by yourself in the dungeon or a basement, with just your computer. Not that it can't be done, but it's hard. So again, I think the most successful people I know are always like inquisitive. They're always learning. They're always scratching the surface. They're always growing in some fashion. So again, get comfortable being uncomfortable.
That's good. I had willingness to learn on mine too. So I will double down on that and echo your willingness to learn. But I'm going to bring another one to the table, which is a little on the lines of what you said, but having resilience. You know, you've heard the phrase, there's no such thing as failure, you know, and all those sorts of things. Well, yes, that's true to a degree. I mean, yeah, you can fail, but that doesn't mean that you give up. You know, when people say there's no such thing as failure, it just means it's not a setback. It's not going to stop you from continuing. It's just a learning lesson. And I have friends that say, you know, oh, when I fail with something, I feel like it's a learning lesson. I learned something from it. And so many of these rich people in the podcast and the books and everything, you know, they say that they learned more from their failures than they did from their wins. So you can't let failure, you can't be afraid to fail, first of all. And that's a reason why you're not moving forward. I know, especially in real estate, for people buying their first rental property, afraid to fail is the number one reason why they don't get started. They're afraid to fail. And they're only afraid to fail because of the unknown. First of all, they don't know enough information to take the right steps to guarantee more of a positive outcome. You know, if you don't know how to do heart surgery, you're probably going to kill the person. You know,
you can. Yeah.
So yeah, there's some level of knowledge, but having the level of knowledge, you have to be okay with failure. And matter of fact, expect it. Expect, hey, I'm going to fail at some things, not everything. Yeah. Don't expect failure every time, because the belief and the world brings back to you what you give out. So you can't always expect failure, because you will get what you expect, right? Mm-hmm. But understand that failure is a part of the process, and it's only going to make you stronger. So I would say, you know, the whole thing about failure, respect it. It's going to happen. Don't be afraid to fail. And if you do fail, pick yourself up and keep moving forward.
Yeah, there's a great TED talk about grit, right? Grit is the biggest determinant of successful people. And, you know, I think you nailed it with that one. The next one I will give you is the successful people I know are ruthlessly managing their network. Right? The 5 people that they associate with, the people that they spend the most time with, they're ruthless. And if you are somebody that is an anvil or detraction or whatever, or poison, they will remove you, right? They know that they have to protect their mindset. And if you're not adding value to them and you're just a drainer, they'll cut you out. They don't need that stuff, right? Again, I talk about auditing your network and auditing what you're watching, but I got that because I watched successful people just ruthlessly, you know, cut people out that weren't adding or being a positive influence. So I think more people should do that.
And I think too, like, you know, on that, if you are feeling down, if you're feeling like a failure, if you know, are not having that resilience and that grit at the time, being around those people who have that, I mean, it's an instant mood boost. I mean, I've been in, you know, Zoom meetings with high achievers and all that. Whenever I feel inadequate, people, you know, you can always put on a happy face. You can always smile and be like, I got this. I'm the best. Then you go home and you cry because you're a failure. You're a fraud. You know, you don't believe in yourself and all these things. But if it's just you by your lonesome and you don't have any other high achievers or other people that are working towards goals and going through problems that have overcome them to talk to, and you don't have to tell them your sob story, but to just listen to what they've done and have inspiration from a real person, not just a person in a book too. That's powerful and can help you get through a lot of those things, which is, you know, your school community does that sort of thing. You're, you know, a new person in real estate or experience. Everybody goes through this in their life. You need to be around other people who are doing big things, because that's going to help carry you through those tough times. So that wasn't my last one, but I want to say
No, it's awesome. Well, let's drive it home. What is the last one from you? What's number 4 for you?
So my last one is long-term thinking, right? No instant gratification. Successful people understand that success is not built overnight. Yeah, some people get lucky and they want to sell you something online about it. But real successful people, I mean, if you ask them, you know, tell me about your overnight success, they're going to be like, well, it took 10 years, you know, of grind and grit and resilience and not giving up and failing and failing and failing again. So what does that mean? It means that those successful people, they're not giving up tomorrow. because it didn't happen on the first try. They have long-term thinking, and they have a long-term plan. They realize they're going to have to sacrifice, and they're not going to be able to go on those vacations, and they're going to have to sacrifice time from their family and work those 60 hours or whatever it takes. They understand it's a long game, and they're willing to make the sacrifice.
Yeah, the one I will close on is it kind of wraps around the first 7, and that is just the mindset of a successful person, right? They understand it's possible. Big one for me is hope, right? They know it's possible. They're willing to make the investment. They're going to follow up. They're going to manage their discipline and motivation. It's kind of a collection, but it really does all start with the mind, right? Do you believe? Do you believe you're going to be a successful person, right? Do you believe, right? You're not going to sacrifice, live below your means, say no to the pizza if you don't believe that that's going to help you do something. You've got to see it in your mind first. And that's why I think this freaking device that we all carry around with us is the thing you have to watch. Some of you are consuming content that damages your own mind. It's like taking poison. And, I told people today on the Daily Financial News, do this test. Pull up Instagram, go to the search bar and type in the word puppies. Then what I want you to do is I want you to heart or like 5 or 6 posts. I want you to comment on 3 or 4 posts. Then go back to the search bar and type in rainbows. Same thing, 5 or 6 likes, 2 or 3 comments. And very quickly, probably less than 24 or 36 hours, your feed will be full of puppies and rainbows. It is that simple.
Good luck getting your other feedback. I made that mistake. So I try to keep my Instagram all real estate. So I will only, and the other day I'm like, oh, I'm going to, follow some of my friends, which I don't do, like my personal friends. Mistake. And then I'm going to look up this, I want to get healthier on the inside. So I was looking at functional health and nutrition. Mistake. Real estate feed is gone. It's all friend feed and all parasites and worms in your body and functional gut health. And I'm just like, what's my brick by brick wealth Instagram feed? So you are so right. It doesn't even take that much. Just watching a couple, 1 or 2 reels or shorts on anything else, and boom, that's what you got. So if you have one mad day and you're watching bad things about, economics or whatever it is, that's what you're getting fed now. So you really have to watch what's feeding your brain. Absolutely, Michael. That was great. That's great.
Love it. Love it. You're amazing, Casey. Thank you for being here. Where can people find you?
People can find me on YouTube, Brick by Brick Wealth, and Instagram, Brick by Brick Wealth. And if you're interested in coaching for your first rental property, just see what I'm up to, you can check me on my website, brickbybrickwealth.com. So easy.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too.